Hi, this is your girl Linda. Welcome to my channel, From My Neighborhood to Yours, where we will discuss the best fashions and the best deals, our community heroes, talk about real life events at tea time. We will also go on vacations together. So, if you would like to join our neighborhood, please hit the like, subscribe, and share button. Hi, my YouTube neighbors. It's your girl Linda from My Neighborhood to Yours. Today is Monday. It is tea time. It is in the afternoon. I have had a really busy day. Company came over, which was family, and I'm a little tired today. But I really haven't been sleeping well at night, so that may be why I'm a little tired also. And tonight with our tea time, we're having nighty night tea. It is a good night's, it promotes a good night's sleep. It is organic, with natural herbs and supplements in it. It's nighty night tea. We're going to see how our nighty night tea does. Today is, like I say, tea time. So, it's Monday. I'm going to give you time to make your tea and enjoy a cup of tea with me while we have this tea time. I got some good tea for you. Good tea. No, not only this tea, but some more good tea for you. But for the ones that, have not taken the time to like, subscribe, and comment, and most importantly, hit that notification. So when I knock at your door to have tea time, you can get that notification to let you know that I'm at your door to have tea time with you. Today is my not today, Wednesday was my youngest son's birthday. He turned 24 years old. So of course I have to dedicate today to him during tea time and tell you one of his stories that when he was growing up. He was my child that really never gave me any trouble, never talked back, never was never angry. He is the child that always had a smile on his face. I don't care what. One of the most funniest stories that he have told me, and he was so mature for his age. I mean, good night was he mature for his age. So he came home one day and he said, "Mom," he said, "I was at school and this girl said something really mean about me." And I was like, "What did she say?" He said, "She called me a big black, big titty orangutan monkey." And I go, "What did you do?" And he said, "Mama, I laughed so hard. It was like a knee slapper laugh for me." And I said, "Why would you laugh at someone talk about you like that?" He said, "Mom," he said, "if I had reacted any different, she would have said it again. She would have known that it hurt my feelings and she would have kept going with it." He said, "But since I laughed, she stopped. I like it didn't bother me. So she just quit it. She wouldn't do it again." And I was like, "Boy, where were you when I was growing up? What was that common sense for me when I was growing up?" But then he lost it. Let me take a sip of tea before I tell you about the tea that he did. Yeah. Not really bad. It's really good. I put agave in here, not regular sugar, but I put the agave, really, which is sugar, but it's supposed to be a plant-based sugar. You know how they sell us on stuff like that? Yeah. But this is really good. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, that's good. But anyway, so the time that he lost his mind, he's 16 years old. We had a dog. We had her, I think we got her when he was like, I want to say 5 years old, maybe even younger. But I'm pretty stuck at 5 because I want to say we had her 17 years before she passed away. And next month would be kind of dedicated to her because that was the time that she passed away. But anyway, so my tea time is, he was 16. Dad has always been a very strong, stern man. Yes, my son's father is in his life. We have been married for 24 years. So we was It's funny. So we walked in the house and Snuggles had done probably, she was getting older, probably had potted in the house or something. And my husband made a comment that we was going to have to cage her all day. And all of a sudden, very angrily, my 16-year-old son says, "How would you like to be caged all day long?" And my husband looked at him and said, "What did you say?" That wasn't the moment when you say, "Shut your mouth and keep on talking." That was the moment when you're supposed to shut your mouth and not say a word. That was the moment you was in trouble. When we say what you say, it's not to repeat it. It is to say, to change it up a little bit, to say something different. But my son decided that he was going to repeat it the same way and put a little bass in his voice. Yeah. So my husband turns around and say, "I'm not your friend. I don't know who you done got me mixed up with, but I am not your friend. And you need to recognize." And my son looked at him, and my husband got all puffy like, and so, they kind of changed a few words, and I kind of told my son, I said, "You need to go upstairs. Your dad is angry. You need to go upstairs." And plus, he could see the anger that was in my husband. And so he goes upstairs. So I go upstairs and I follow him, and I say, "Hey," I say, "I don't know what's going on with you today." I say, "But you was wrong. That is your dad. You don't talk back to dad for Snuggles." I say, "He was not going to harm Snuggles." I said, but going back, kids hear different things. Maybe he heard something different when dad was saying what he was saying, because he loved Snuggles so much, because Snuggles was his friend. Snuggles slept in the bed with him, she was always right by his side. When he came home from school, she greeted him at the door to say, "Hey, my brother, where have you been? I missed you all day." So maybe he saw something different when dad, or heard something different when dad said what he said. But anyway, I told myself, "Hey, you was wrong." And he's upstairs bawling his butt off. And I said, "You need to go downstairs. You need to apologize to your dad. You need to tell him, you're sorry for what you said." And he said, "I'm not going downstairs. I'm apologizing to nobody." That's okay. I'm going to give you time. And I know you're going to do the right thing. You're going downstairs and you're going to apologize to your daddy when you get ready. So then after I left him, I came downstairs and talked to my husband. I say, "Babe, you was not wrong with what you said. You was wrong with how you said it." Snuggles is a sensitive subject when it comes toward him. You got to approach it a little bit different. And I think if you had approached it a little different, I think he would have handled that a little bit better. And my husband looked at me. He wasn't crying at the time, but you could tell that his feeling was hurt, that he wasn't in the right space right then. Because this is his youngest son. This is a son that had never talked back to him, had never, as the young people say, got out of pocket. I had never really gotten in trouble or anything. And for him to do that was very out of his character. So, and I told him, I say, "So, I think you kind of approached it the wrong way. Maybe we need to approach it a different way. I think you need to apologize to him, not for what you said, but how you said it, hon." So a few minutes later, my son come downstairs and he said, "Dad, I'm sorry." And then my husband said, "I'm sorry too. Things did get a little bit out of hand. I shouldn't have said it how I said it." He said, "But we may need to start caging Snuggles to keep her from making a mess in the house." And, that was a little bit way of him handling or processing the situation a little bit better. Parents, let us stop always, going after our kids and demanding things. Sometimes a little bit gentle approach to things can get a very big different outcome with things. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to discipline your kids, because you do. I'm not saying, you don't correct them when they're wrong. You do. I'm not saying that you baby your kids because, once they get a certain age, you no longer baby them. You just tell them point blank and let it be, and that is what it is.
But that was our 16-year-old story. Now he's 24 years old. He was 24 years on September 15th. October is not here yet. September 15th. And from that day to this day, he has not talked back to his dad since. I think that day kind of grew both of them up. I think that day kind of gave them a sense of respect for each other. You know, sometimes boys have to try. You know, if them horns come up and you have to kind of shave them down a little bit and say, hey, I'm dad. You don't point those things at me. I'm not the one. You know, we point those things at other people when we need to. I mean, you know, I don't mean guns or anything like that. I just mean that you, when it's time that you all stand together and you do what you need together and not separate. That's what I mean about that. But okay, my neighbor, thank you for letting me in today. Thank you for having this tea time with me. Hopefully my tea will let me sleep tonight because it's nighty-night tea. Hopefully you'll get you some nighty-night tea and you can rest well also. But yeah. Why don't you hit that like, subscribe, throw me a few comments, tell me how you feel about, you know, when it come down to talking to your kids and you, I say disciplining them, because you have to discipline your kids. I'm not saying spank with discipline. I mean, when you talk to them, you discipline them. But you comment in the comments. Let me know. Let me know when your child turns 16 years old. You know, was it their first time talking back? Was it their last? Because it was my son last time. Last time talking back. Didn't talk back again. But yeah, so let me know. Hit that notification button. So when I come knocking at your door, neighbor, you let me in. Until next time.